I want you to know this tree because it helps treat fevers, diarrhea, dysentery, extreme gas, mouth sores, and skin irritations. All right here. Check it out. Mm, 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 mm. So good. But I want you to think about being in the woods in a bad situation. You're already cold, wet, tired, hungry, miserable, stressed out. Then you add diarrhea, which equals dehydration to that. It's worth knowing this. This tree has so many good uses. I'm only going to give you a few that I think may pertain to the average outdoorsman, hunter, trapper, hiker. This tree is called Sourwood. Let's take a look at how to identify it. So let's look at a few details of the leaf. Very, very shiny. Let's do this so you can compare. It's very obvious once you kind of compare it to another tree that's not as reflective. This Sourwood is very, very shiny. Soft, it's not very rigid. And if we look really close, this really helps because there are a few lookalikes that do not have these tiny, tiny serrations. You can see these tiny little serrations. That is a key identifier. Dark on the front, on the top, and much lighter on the bottom. So the primary vein, very pronounced. You can feel it very easily, see it very easily. And these other veins on the side, you can see very easily and feel very easily. So we have pinnate the compound, shiny on the top, dark, lighter colored, very obvious veins. And when you chew it up, you'll know within a few seconds. As the flavor kicks in, bam! Woo! Wow. This is really sour, hence the name Sourwood. A few other ways to identify it are, if you look at the two trees in the center of the screen, you'll see they're not growing very straight. They're windy, they're twisty, they're turny. Gnarly is probably the best word I can think of. Just like a gnarl on a tree. Just kind of has its own direction to travel. Perfect. Not going straight up. It's very curvy. Easy way to identify it from a distance. But an easy way to identify Sourwood from a distance is to just look for the most twisted, turning, rotating, gnarly tree you can. This tree is great for stomach upset. By that I mean gas, diarrhea, dysentery. Making a juice out of this is going to be a real quick and easy way to treat that. Big thing is it's quick to make and it tastes really good. And it's really good for your body. 2, skin irritations. The juice from the leaves, the juice from the cambium layer of the bark can help treat skin irritation. So all I need to do is get some of this bark off, and what we're aiming for is the cambium layer. It's not the outer bark, it's the layer beneath that. So the layer between the actual wood of the tree and the outer bark is the cambium layer, and that's what we want. So to treat a mouth sore or pain in the mouth, let's get rid of the outer layer, and you're going to chew on the cambium layer. And while I'm shooting the rest of this video, I'm just going to chew on it. This is the first time using Sourwood for mouth relief, for pain relief in my mouth. So I'm going to actually chew on this while I'm recording and give you a report back. The sap from the tree, a great way to fight a fever. They also increase urination. So by deduction, I put those two together. Well, if it helps you urinate, then it's a diuretic. Diuretics help you sweat. When you sweat, it helps cool a fever. Yarrow is a diuretic, and it's known to help treat fevers because it makes you sweat, cooling your body. So it's my assumption, and if I'm wrong, by all means, someone that knows more than me, chime in. But my understanding is that this is a diuretic, so it's going to help you pee more and also help you sweat more, helping you to manage that fever. My brother's here actually helping me record. He knows this plant as well, or this tree. Granny Smith apples. That's his way to remember it. It tastes like Granny Smith apples, and as soon as he said it, I don't even have to taste this. Like, my brain already knows. It does taste just like Granny Smith apples. So I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. Super simple. So chewing on this. So far, haven't really noticed anything in my mouth. My mouth doesn't have any pain right now. But if it's anything like yarrow, an analgesic, it'll help create some numbing in my mouth. We'll see. So I brought a glass of water. And all I need to do this quick and simple, let's grab a handful of leaves. And I want to get the medicine out, so I'm just going to break. And all I need to do after this, shake it up and let it rest. They've only been in here, honestly, less than 10 minutes. But the juice is already extracting, and I'm not sure if you can catch the color difference on the bottom, but it's got a very, very pale green to it, which tells me, well, the juices are extracting. Woo! Okay. Yeah. Okay, so my report on chewing on the cambium layer, it's not as potent as yarrow. The only thing I can honestly report is actually 10 minutes. I just feel a little more comfortable on the right side of my mouth where I've been chewing. In the meantime, stay alive as long as you can.